The purpose of this video is to provide compliance assistance to testers conducting both TP201.1C and TP201.1D. TP201.1C tests leaks from drain valves with drop tubes where there is no overfill prevention device. TP201.1D tests leaks from both overfill prevention devices as well as drain valves on drop tubes equipped with an overfill prevention device. These test procedures can be found in the executive order, while test sequencing and additional district requirements can be found in the applicable permit attachment. As always, the vapor recovery system and components must be tested in a certified configuration. Here, the tester first ensures the testing equipment meets the specifications outlined in the test procedure. For example, the digital manometer must have a maximum range of negative 10 inches water column to positive 10 inches water column. Also, flow meters and digital manometers must be calibrated once every 180 days. Please be reminded district rules require testers to have calibration documentation with the equipment at all times. Testers are also required to have appropriate conversion charts with respect to flow rates, such as calibration corrections and units of measurements. Now, and as shown here, the tester begins by making a visual determination whether to conduct TP201.1C or TP201.1D. To do this, the tester looks down the fill pipe into the drop tube and checks for an overfill protection device, or OPD. If an OPD is installed, the tester must conduct TP201.1D. If an OPD is not installed, the tester must conduct TP201.1C. The drop tube installed in this tank has an OPD, so the tester will conduct TP201.1D. The tester then leak checks the testing assembly. If the test stand was leak checked previously during TP201.1E, the tester does not need to conduct a second leak check unless the test stand was moved or jarred in such a manner that another leak check would be necessary. While no leak check is specified, the district recommends performing the leak check as specified in TP201.1E.
This portion of the test applies only to TP201.1D, where the drop tube has an OPD. Here, the tester is verifying the product level is at least 4 inches above the highest opening from the bottom of the submerged fill pipe. This is done by measuring the length of the submerged fill pipe and comparing this measurement to the product level. This test cannot be conducted if the 4-inch requirement is not met. Here, the tester is shown installing the inflatable bladder below the drain valve. Once the bladder is positioned correctly below the drain valve, the tester then inflates the bladder. The tester then installs the product adapter test cap to the phase 1 product adapter and connects the flow meter and manometer. The tester now begins a test by introducing nitrogen into the drop tube to achieve a pressure between 1.95 to 2.05 inches water column for 30 seconds. If a pressure of 2.00 inches water column cannot be achieved in 5 minutes, the test fails. Additionally, if a flow rate in excess of 0.17 cubic feet per hour is needed to maintain the pressure between 1.95 to 2.05 inches water column, the test also fails. The following steps shown here only apply to TP201.1D. Here, the tester first removes the inflatable bladder and then ensures the tank pressure is 0 inches water column. If the tank pressure is not at 0 inches water column, excess pressure is relieved with the vapor pressure relief assembly. Depressing the dry brake or vapor poppet with screwdrivers or other devices is not allowed to be used to relieve tank pressure.
The next step shown here is the introduction of nitrogen into the drop tube at a flow rate not to exceed 0.42 cubic feet per hour or 200 milliliters per minute. The tester continues to introduce nitrogen until a pressure of 2.00 inches water column is achieved. Once 2.00 inches water column is achieved, the pressure must be maintained between 1.95 to 2.05 inches water column for 30 seconds with a flow rate of 0.17 cubic feet per hour or less. If the pressure fails to achieve 2.00 inches water column in 5 minutes, the test fails. Additionally, if the pressure cannot be maintained between 1.95 to 2.05 inches water column for 30 seconds at a flow rate of 0.17 cubic feet per hour, the test fails. One of the common mistakes the district has observed during test witnessing has been the tester using the same digital manometer as was used for the PV valve test. The manometer required for the PV valve test has a different pressure range than that of the manometer required for the drop tube test and cannot be used. Another mistake documented by the district is failing to verify if an OPD is installed and conducting TP201.1C when TP201.1D should have been conducted. Once an OPD has been verified, testers must ensure the liquid level in the UST is 4 inches above the opening of the submerged fill pipe and recorded on the data form. Test data submitted without the liquid level may invalidate the testing. Finally, testers are not always relieving the pressure in the UST prior to conducting TP201.1D. Please be aware the UST pressure must be 0 to ensure a valid test.